we begin with some breaking news about Pope Francis. The pontiff is to undergo abdominal surgery today and has already arrived in the hospital where he is expected to remain for several days. A Vatican spokesperson has said that the 86-year-old is suffering from a hernia, which is causing painful and worsening symptoms. Earlier, the Pope appeared at his weekly general audience at the Vatican. Francis has been suffering increasingly health issues over the last few years and was forced to spend 3 nights in a hospital with bronchitis in March. For more, let's bring in a religious affairs correspondent, Martin Gack. Martin, what do we know so far?
We don't know a lot. We know that 2 days ago he had a checkup, which got a lot of the media by surprise. So it was reported that this was actually more serious than apparently it was. He was released on the same day. But then, of course, 2 days later, we are actually facing again another health crisis of sorts. And this seems to be something that required some urgent intervention. The report so far is that it's an hernia, which for a younger person, of course, would be a minor surgery. But in any case, for an 86-year-old man, it's something of a bit more seriousness. We are monitoring the situation, as those who follow Vatican stories, and obviously the Vatican is reported. There will be today a briefing at some point, but it has not yet been announced at what time that will happen.
We saw today he held his weekly general audience calling for peace in Ukraine. Were there any signs about his health, any indications?
No, not really, which actually itself is quite telling. So, I mean, obviously he was in fairly good shape. He has been dealing with different ailments over the last couple of months. Presumably, this was something that was seen in the last couple of days and evolved into this. But so far, there are no signs that there is anything of any gravity.
There have been a number of reports about his health in the past months. Just walk us through what the general state of affairs is and how the Vatican might be preparing right now.
I mean, the Pope has had different mobility problems over the last couple of months, having to do with his legs, having to do, obviously, with his advanced age. Nonetheless, this has not really stopped him. I mean, the Pope has been traveling and actually has had a very busy agenda, including issues that have to do with peace initiatives. And this is a Vatican that's been very much engaged in international politics and peace building. So this has not changed. The fact is that as age advances and he comes closer to the 90s, most of these things actually are coming to light, like the March, brush with bronchitis that had him for 3 days in the hospital. I think that this is not a reason necessarily to be alarmed, but very clearly is something that is keeping sort of the faithful and obviously those of us who actually do follow the Vatican, keeping an eye quite closely because of the importance not only for the Catholic faith, but also as this is a major political figure in international affairs right now.
DW religious affairs correspondent Martin Gack, thank you so much.
You're welcome.